Have you ever wondered why time seems to fly when you're having fun yet drags when you're bored? This is one of the many mysteries of time, an enigma that has intrigued philosophers and scientists for centuries. Time as we perceive it is not a uniform entity. It is fluid, flexible, and subject to our emotions and activities. On a lazy Sunday afternoon, an hour can feel like an eternity, while the same hour spent at a thrilling concert can vanish in the blink of an eye. This is what we call time dilation, a phenomenon where time seems to stretch or shrink in our minds based on our experiences. But it's not just about our perception. Time dilation isn't just an illusion of the mind, it's a real physical phenomenon. And that's where the plot thickens. But what if we told you that this phenomenon is not just in your head, but has roots in the very nature of the universe itself? Once upon a time there lived a monk who meditated so deeply that he lost all sense of time. This monk, a humble and wise man, would sit in quiet contemplation for hours on end. But to him, those hours felt like mere minutes. His mind was so wholly immersed in meditation that the ticking of the clock became irrelevant. It was as though he had transcended the boundaries of time and found himself in a realm where the past, present, and future were one. This tale brings forth the concept of time dilation, a phenomenon where time appears to slow down or speed up, depending on one's state of mind. In the case of our monk, his intense focus and deep state of meditation caused him to perceive time as passing much slower than it was in reality. Time dilation isn't just for monks, though. It's something we all experience in our everyday lives. Have you ever noticed how time seems to fly when you're engrossed in a captivating book or an engaging conversation, or how it drags when you're stuck in a dull meeting or waiting for an important phone call? That's time dilation at work. Our perception of time is not a fixed entity. It's fluid and can be influenced by various factors such as our level of attention, the emotions we're experiencing, and even our physical state. When we're alert and attentive, time seems to stretch, and when we're distracted or bored, it seems to race by. The Timeless Monk's Tale also highlights how our perception of time can be manipulated. By immersing himself in meditation, the monk was able to create a time warp of sorts, where hours felt like minutes. This suggests that we have a certain degree of control over how we perceive time. We're not mere prisoners of the ticking clock, but active participants who can influence our own temporal experience. So, the monk's experience suggests that our perception of time is not fixed, but fluid and subjective. But why does this happen? What's the science behind our warped perception of time? Let's delve into the depths of our minds. Our brain houses an internal clock, ticking away, guiding our perception of time. This clock isn't like the one on your wall, though. It's influenced by a myriad of factors. Take age, for instance. As we grow older, time appears to speed up. This is not because the universe is in a hurry, but because our internal clock slows down. Emotion, too, plays a role. Ever noticed how time seems to stand still during a terrifying moment? That's your brain's clock slowing down in response to fear. Even our attention impacts our time perception. When we're engrossed in something, we lose track of time. This is because our internal clock becomes less of a priority when we're focused on a task. So, it appears that our perception of time is less a ticking clock and more a flowing river, ever-changing and subjective. So, are we prisoners of the present moment, trapped in a subjective perception of time? This question lies at the heart of our exploration, and the answer, it seems, is a resounding no. Rather than being shackled by the ticking seconds, we are instead explorers, charting the vast, fluid landscape of time through our perceptions. Remember the enigma of time we started with? The Timeless Monk's Tale, and the science of time perception? All these elements converge to one crucial point. Our perception of time is a subjective experience, influenced by myriad factors, from our state of mind to our physical environment. In our journey through time, we are not passive passengers but active navigators, steering our course through the ebb and flow of seconds, minutes, and hours. This understanding liberates us from the constraints of the present moment, allowing us to dance with time rather than be imprisoned by it. In the end, perhaps time is less a prison and more a canvas, waiting for our perception to paint its picture.